13 Colonies Presentation, Connecticut, by Aidan, Alyssa, and Sophie. Our colony is Connecticut, which is the Northeast region, aka the New England region of the United States. Connecticut's climate is generally mild winters and warm summers. Coastal areas have cooler summers and warmer winters than the interior. Connecticut was founded in 1776. The names of the founders of Connecticut were Governor John Hayes of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, who led 100 people along with Thomas Hooker.
Okay, so here we have some more info about the founding fathers of Connecticut. So John Hayes and Thomas Hooker are credited with founding Connecticut. Hayes left Massachusetts Bay due to political differences with the leaders of Massachusetts Bay, and Hooker, who is a Puritan minister, led his congregation to Connecticut due to religious differences with the leaders of Massachusetts Bay. Together, they founded the city of Hartford and the colony of Connecticut. And there's a picture of John Hayes on the left and Thomas Hooker on the right.
Some important events from Connecticut, the colony of Connecticut's history are in 1614 when Adrian Block, representing the Dutch, sails up the Connecticut River. Then in 1634, the first English people arrive. Then in 1636, the Pequot War, which caused the largest military conflict in Connecticut's history. Then, finally, in 1643, Connecticut joins in forming the New England Confederation.
Okay, important groups in colonial Connecticut. So almost all of colonial Connecticut was Puritan, meaning that the colony adhered to Puritan values such as perseverance. And then in the bottom right, we have a common Puritan gravestone that represents the briefness of life. And another large group of people that inhabited colonial Connecticut were the Nipmunks, Siquin, Matabesque, and the Pequot Mohegan Indians. And from 1636 to 1638, the Pequot tribe went to war with the settlers, causing over 1,500 Pequot Indians to either die or be enslaved.
Religion in the colony of Connecticut was created by the Puritans. They had Calvinist beliefs, much like English Puritans, yet they kept congregations separate from the English church. Most colonists came to the colonies to have religious freedom, but the Puritans were against all other religions. They were a movement in the Anglican Church to try and free the church from corruption. They had a very strict idea of how people should behave, and they did not tolerate anything else. The Puritans' faith is a branch of the Christian faith. The economy. Life was mostly determined by religion in Connecticut, and also wealth and how you made your living. The major industries in Connecticut were shipbuilding and the manufacture and export of rum. Colonists ran stores or small businesses and were also skilled tradesmen. The upper class consisted of wealthy and well-educated minor aristocrats who could vote and hold high public office. Other colonists of the lower class could not vote or hold public office. Colonists got by fishing, whaling, and shipbuilding. Other parts of Connecticut were also based on timber products, the fur trade, maple syrup, copper, livestock products, horse, whiskey, and beer.
So, why should you even move to Connecticut? Well, Connecticut is some of the best fishing and whaling out of the New England region. This is because of our large tidal coastline, which is over 600 miles long. Connecticut has extremely dense forests, which are excellent for logging, and crops that grow well in Connecticut and won't be interrupted by space-consuming crops like wheat are corn, pumpkins, rice, squash, and beans. Connecticut is the land of the free. Connecticut boasts the fourth lowest ratio of slaves to freemen out of the 13 colonies and has the fifth lowest amount of slaves. Connecticut played an important part in the beginning of the self-government by refusing to let New England take control of the local authority.